This is a Dagger brush, 3/8. The size is 3/8. There's different sizes. This is pretty convenient to paint leaves overall, and you can definitely paint flower petals as well. What's so special about it? It's the shape. One side of it is super long, and it can work as a small round brush, even a rigger brush if you want to. And then it has that shorter side on the other side. So basically, you can really make your job so much easier when you paint leaves or petals, flower petals. It's just a matter of how you position your hand with that brush and what you have on your brush. So it's also about the composition of like the paint, the colors you have. But you do most of that work with that brush. So it's about how you start. So the pointy part would start, you would touch the paper where you want, for example, that leaf to start. So the end of a leaf or the beginning of that stem, and then the rest of it would create the fullness of that leaf or a petal. So we're going to start with painting those leaves to demonstrate how you can do it. And I'm basically grabbing different colors. I'm not pre-mixing them on my palette. I am just grabbing a whole bunch of paints with that brush, and they're in different areas of that brush, all these colors. And I'm positioning my hand for a random stroke. I want these leaves to be loose, and I want them to be kind of random. So I want that color to do all the work. So all those colors to mix naturally. So on the paper, because I'm not pre-mixing them on my palette, and then just by positioning my hand, I am able to create these odd shapes of those leaves. So they automatically look natural. They look real, like realistic. So it's just a matter of how you are putting the pressure on that brush. So you start with that pointy part. You want to position your hand from either this side or the other side. However you want to paint that specific leaf. And I'm painting a little different leaves. This is like a branch. So the leaves fold in a different way, in a specific way. So that's how I'm trying to follow along with this brush and adjust my hands to it so I can follow that shape. So there's that pointy part of that brush, and then I want more of that. I start with that, and then I create the fullness of that leaf with the rest of the body of it. So you want to study this brush first because you can do so much with it. You can do so many leaves like in such an easy and simple way, like so much faster to paint this way than working it with a round brush sometimes. This process is very easy because all it is just grabbing few different colors. Even 2 different colors would be enough, and then finding that starting point, so wherever all the leaves meet in the area, and then creating that nice leaf. So you want to take advantage of the shape to create looser leaves. So you don't have to spend like 10 minutes on each of them, but it just takes literally a few seconds just to paint one leaf, and it looks so natural because of the shape of this brush. It's that pointy part. So now with that pointy part, we're going to take advantage of it, and we're going to paint a branch. So I am mixing the same way all the colors, but this time I'm grabbing majority of those colors with that pointy part, and now I position this brush so it starts with that pointy part, but I'm finishing up with the rest of the body. But it's just a matter of how flat this brush is, so I can create that nice branch, and it looks natural because it's not like a controlled straight line. It's a random line in a way. And then now I can paint some of that detail, more branches, with the tip of this brush, which can serve as a smaller round brush. So there's so much you can do with it. When you paint just plants, botanicals, flowers, you don't have to spend so much time just painting that one straight line because this brush makes it so much easier for you. It's just a matter of how you are holding the brush and how you are putting that pressure on a paper and the position. Like if it's straight down. So you want to also dip that brush sometimes in water to make sure it's flat, so it stays flat, so you have that nice shape, so the line that you're creating for the branch, it's nice and even. And you can also add more paint, of course, on top of each leaf to make them even fuller. So you want to go back to where you started. You want to do the same kind of movement how you started in the first place, creating those leaves. So you want to do the same kind of movement. You start with that pointy part and then you expand and fill the rest of that leaf with more color. So you're placing another layer for more vibrancy, but at the same time the colors like are not the same because you're mixing them, but they actually mix on its own on a paper. So that's the advantage of this brush. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.